Hello, and thanks for your interest in BETAG training. We would like to show you some more detail about our online eClasses. Registration is made at betaglc.com. After login, the training pyramid will give you access to the available classes. For now, let's look at the estimation classes we are running, to give you a broader insight into the format and content. Once registered for the class, you can take 2 e-modules as pre-course work. These are to give you some idea of what we will cover, and to prepare you for the class. They are both about 15 to 20 minutes long. The actual e-classes are 2 hours long and run through Microsoft Teams. An account for Teams is not needed, only a web browser and internet connection are required. Here's a brief overview of the class. The class runs with presentation elements, engaging group activities, and live trainer-led demonstrations and training in parallel, while the participants can take notes on the supplied digital workbook. Now, we will show you some sections from an actual e-class. Enjoy watching.
We talk about that, and actually when we're talking to estimators and we're talking to technicians, we go into a little bit of this detail as well. A red apple basically is a replacement labor hour in our terms, and a green apple is a repair labor hour.
For experienced people, this might be a basic aspect to go through, but remember, we have to develop these training programs or this information for the weaker parts, the weaker group in our team, because they're only as strong as the weakest link in the whole equation. So the objective of this module is explain the process involved in repairing an outer panel, develop the skills in planning and repair process, and make a high quality and accurate estimate. Cost comparison between repair and replace. So now here we have a sample damage on the rear left quarter panel, okay? And now we're going to be looking at the option repairing it or replacing the panel. So here we're going to split it up in groups.
Mark, John, Debbie, and Rick. You four, please, let's start with what do you think are the pros of replacing that quarter panel?
Pros would be higher part sales, higher labor hours.
Yeah, higher labor hours, higher part sales.
Now here's a question. Here's 3 damages just in general for you as a group. Glue, no glue or welding spots in this area. If there's a damage in A, B, or C, which area would you definitely replace the panel? So you can type it into the chat forum. A for the fender, B for door, or C for quarter panel. And since you guys are all on the game, we have CCC flying up there. Check the OEM procedures, how and where you have to apply seam sealer. This is an example from Toyota, gives you quite precise description, how much you should put on and where. So repair methods, we're gonna look at repair methods on the outer panel. It's gonna be tough. Edge repair, body line, trunk from yesterday. Then we're gonna look at some crease, glue repair for creases and body lines. So this is like, so the next thing you're gonna be doing is same as before, reverse pull in from the deepest part, pull it out, and then find the grounds and address them, and most of the time these damages. Here, sorry about the light, it's going to play us a little bit funny shape, but this is the damage we had yesterday. We marked it up, okay? Impact point, the crown went up here, crown down here, the lower body line, lower crown down here, not to forget, and this is the area to address, okay? So now we go into paint removal. So this is the marked damage.
Think about where the position.
So here's an example on the finishing process. And this is where it's key. You sand off the top to get an idea of what is happening. Use the T-handle, bring that up, check again how you're looking. Go on to the next area. So always do about 2-3 centimeters area at once. Don't do too much of a large area. You will get lost. Focus on a small area, bring the high spots. If it's high, knock it down. When it's finished, you move on to the next area. And this is actually just what takes time. And that's what we're training in training schools, and also at BMW or the other brands, is just to focus a little bit more on the metal finish.